How are you doing today? I hope that your day is going amazing so far. And so yesterday we had this amazing Twitter space. I thought I'd come and share some lessons with you, right? So yesterday we had this gentleman. He's built his own eye care center. He started his own eye care center, sorry. And so he started it 5 years ago. And he shared how now he's really grown the center. He's really well known in Cape Coast and even outside Cape Coast for providing eye care to students. They say that for him, the students are really one of the reasons why he keeps going, right? And I think that some of the key lessons that he shared, right? One of the key lessons was that the only way to start something is to go ahead and start, right? He said that after school, he saved us some money. He was going to begin his eye care center. And then people were saying that, oh, you're too young, get to this, you're to that. Maybe you might not be able to do it. Maybe you have to get some more experience. But then he said, nah, I'm going to go ahead and start. And he went ahead and started. And today, his business is growing, his business is flourishing. He's able to really cater to that students and clientele in Cape Coast. And he says that the student clientele are really important to him because he mentioned this research about the correlation between poor eyesight and academic studies, right? And so that he says as a young person himself, the student clientele is very important for him. And then in relation to this, he shared how he feels that when we are doing something, we find an emotional connection to that thing. It really helps us and then makes us sure that even when the dark days come, we're going to keep building. Because he said that during COVID-19, they had to close down for a while. And there were days when he really questioned all of it, right? Starting up and all that. But then he said, yes, so if he pulls down, if he closes down, what happens to the student clientele, right? So he says that for him, finding an emotional connection to whatever we are doing will really give us that push, that drive to keep going, you know? And I think that a key thing that we also asked him about is how he retains his customers, how people come to him from near, from far. And then he said that one of the key things that he does is really leverages his social media. He puts flyers out, maybe sometimes he's doing discounts, and sometimes he does flyers about how you can get maybe a discount if you give a referral to a student, or referral to a student or any other customer who's coming, right? He also does things like make sure that his customer relationship is very good. He says that he has periodic trainings, you know, he's frequent. He actually mentioned that he's frequent for his staff, you know, and then he tries to teach them about the importance of customer care, right? And he also mentioned the importance of going the extra mile. And he gave an example that, for instance, maybe a client needs to pick up their glasses and then they're not able to come. Sometimes you just like, okay, so maybe let me just drive over and then give the client's glasses over to them. And he says, of course, that also puts in the client's mind that, yeah, this person really cares about me sometimes. And he says that sometimes things like that help our business. You know, we may think that, yeah, I don't think I can do that. Yeah, I don't have the time. But then he says, yes, when you can, it's really good to find ways by which you can go the extra mile to please your customers. Because at the end of the day, in the long run, it actually benefits your business, you know. You never know when they're going to send referrals your way. You never know when they are going to tell other people about your services, and you never know where that's going to lead you to, right? And I noticed that when I posted the poster for this particular flyer on my WhatsApp, people were like, hey, I know this guy, I know this guy, I know this guy. So I told him, yeah, then his marketing is really working, it's really effective, right? And he also mentioned something about Google. So he said that he gets a lot of working customers from Cape Coast because they read his Google reviews online. And I thought, yeah, that's really interesting because a lot of people don't keep them updated or don't go and check what's happening on them and that. But then he says for him, it's a really key thing for his business, and he makes sure it's updated. He makes sure that customers give him reviews, and so that's really helping to build his business. So he was basically saying that all of us need to learn to leverage social media more, right? Because he was stressing the importance of social media, that a whole lot goes on social media these days, right? And so, you know, we understand that, yeah, we all didn't start with social media, or we all didn't, yeah, you know, we are not all masters in it. But then he says that basically we have to start somewhere, you know. He made this quote about the only way to start is to start, right? And so he was saying that, yes, if it's YouTube videos, we need to go and watch to perfect our social media skills. If it's books we need to read, we need to go ahead and do so, you know. And one interesting thing that he also mentioned was the number of personal development books that he reads. I was like, yeah, so those also work in business. I even wrote some of them down. So he said the psychology of selling, sales mind, and drift phenomenon. He says he listens to Jim Rohn a lot. He mentioned business secrets from the Bible, Think and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence People. So these are some of the books that he mentioned. And when he mentioned that, I thought that, yeah, I didn't know that that you're going to mention those kind of books. Because when I asked him the question, where did you learn from, I thought he was going to mention sciencey things and eye care center things. So when he mentioned personal development, I was thinking that, the personal development thing really cuts across different industries, right? So you see that it's important to keep developing ourselves, keep building ourselves, keep staying up to date with trends, right? And maybe wrapping up, I think that one of the key reminders that he gave us was to become masters in our niches. So he says that if we become masters in our niches, it will at the end of the day also affect us positively, right? Because people will come to us. He's become a master in his niche. He set up his eye care center. Young people trust him. Young people go to him. They refer clients to him, and because of that, he's been able to also provide employment to other people. I think he said he currently has 4 or 5 employees. He's been able to provide employment. That's also his way of blessing the lives of other people, right? And that's because he's focused on his niche and focused on becoming a master in his niche, and he's always focused on finding how to serve his students, clients all better. Just say that we should remember that there's greatness in all of us, and find a way to unravel that greatness, find a way to keep developing it, right? And then of course use our gifts to continue to serve the world. So on that note, I wish you an amazing rest of the day. I'll post the link for the space recording. I think it will be live for about 30 days, so you can catch up in case you couldn't watch it live and you still like to go and listen to the full session. On that note, goodbye for now.